Once you import your drawing into Sumopaint, you can work on adding color by first, if you want, start with a main color in the background. So I like something pretty neutral, so I added a new layer and then used the paint bucket tool in a really light color. Next, I'm just going in with various brush tools under the paintbrush, and the key is to turn the opacity down so that it's not a really harsh line, but you're kind of lightly. Don't forget that you can go to view and zoom in to get a better angle and so you can see into the contour lines better. You can get more accurate and more exact that way. Think about balance, getting different colors on different parts of the composition. I'm adding some warm colors down here in this melting clock shape to balance out the reds in the planet. Now I'm layering some different earthy tones down here in the foreground, and I'm also working with the eraser tool so that again it's not quite as harsh of a line, and you can do some fading and make it look more realistic. The smudging tool, which looks like an index finger, is another good one to try for texture. It's always good to at least get the main objects, the main shapes in your picture, and then you can kind of fade out as long as most of the main contours are activated. You don't have to color every single little spot of your picture for it to look good. Think about highlights and shadows and perspective. Think about adding a little bit of darkness to all your edges, like I'm doing here with the hills, and then going back in with the eraser to fade it back out so I don't have to do the whole entire floor. So the main things to remember when you're doing something major, a major step, create a new layer. Just in case you don't like it, you can separate it again. Use very low opacity so that you can fade and colors aren't harsh. And go back in with the eraser tool to fade. Also remember that you can change up the brush type so that you can create different textures. Like for instance, I use the spiral in the sky and I use the spray brush in a lot of the bottom.